stand by. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the SAP Cloud for Customer August 2015 release briefing. Just a reminder, today's conference is being recorded. For opening remarks and introductions, I will turn the call over to Pushkar Ranjan. Pushkar, please go ahead.
Thank you, Debbie. Good morning, everybody, and good afternoon to you, depending on where you're joining us from. This conference is aimed for our participants from the Americas and the Europe and Africa regions of the world. As is mandated by SAP for any such conversation regarding any of our service and product offerings, we'd like to take you through our legal disclaimer. The information in this presentation is confidential and proprietary to SAP and may not be disclosed without the permission of SAP. This presentation is not subject to your license agreement or any other service or subscription agreement with SAP. SAP has no obligation to pursue any course of business outlined in this document or any related presentation, or to develop or release any functionality mentioned therein. This document or any related presentation and SAP's strategy and possible future developments, products and or platforms, directions and functionality are all subject to change and may be changed by SAP at any time for any reason without notice. The information on this document is not a commitment, promise or legal obligation to deliver any material, code or functionality. This document is provided without a warranty of any kind, either express or implied. Included but not limited to the implied warranties of merchantability, fitness for a particular purpose or non-infringement. This document is for informational purposes and may not be incorporated into a contract. SAP assumes no responsibility for errors or omissions in this document and shall have no liability for damages of any kind, including without limitation, direct, special, indirect or consequential damages that may result from the use of this document. This limitation shall not apply in cases of intent or gross negligence. All forward-looking statements are subject to various risks and uncertainties that could cause actual results to differ materially from expectations. Readers are cautioned not to place undue reliance on these forward-looking statements, which speak only as of their dates, and they should not be relied upon in making purchasing decisions. Thank you for bearing with me while I went through the legal disclaimer. Purpose of our call today is to brief you about the August release of our Cloud for Customer service offering. It's a public cloud service offering powered by the HANA Cloud Platform. Who do we intend to address today is our solution key users and roles that work in enabling end users of the Cloud for Customer service offering, be it in the roles of solution administrators or line of business operations, be it sales operations, service operations, and related functions. What will you be going through in terms of the content that we provide you is a quick overview of customer engagement and commerce, where Cloud for Customer has a home within the portfolio of SAP solutions and service offerings. A quick sense of the timeline that's behind the upgrade to get you to the August 2015 release of SAP Cloud for Customer. A quick sense of what some of the enhancements are in terms of sales, service, any integration related enhancements, and some of the industry specific bits and pieces that you'll see in the Cloud for Customer service offering once August 2015 release is in market. Any changes to configuration options that you need to be made aware of, you'll be made aware of as we go through the presentation. You'll see in the content as it's outlined. And then we'll close out the call by providing you a sense of where else can you come and get further training, engage with us via our thriving SCN community, and any and every other contact information that you will need in terms of trying to get in touch with us in case you're facing any problems, any and every problem with Cloud for Customer service offering. As I mentioned, Cloud for Customer is homed in the Customer Engagement and Commerce organization at SAP. The vision behind our Customer Engagement and Commerce organization that drives it is to provide omni-channel customer engagement anywhere and anytime. We offer comprehensive capabilities across all domains that you can think of in terms of customer engagement, be it marketing, sales, service, and commerce. What's the differentiating factor is a completely next generation user experience, embracing mobile as one of the primary interfaces by which users interact with our solutions and service offerings. The ability to offer predictive analytics leveraging our HANA Cloud platform and leveraging our heritage of more than 40 years in the various industries of operation to bring all of that IP to you via the customer engagement and commerce portfolio, including the Cloud for Customer service offering. And this whole notion of omni-channel customer engagement is pretty new, and that's what we are trying to achieve at the end of the day in terms of being able to touch a customer at any and every touch point through a beautiful user interaction paradigm. You can, if you go to any of our events and you happen to come across the subject of CRM and customer engagement, this is a common visual that you'll see. And we always leverage this to set the stage and help people understand where Cloud for Customer fits in the greater story at SAP in terms of customer engagement and commerce. Coming down to Cloud for Customer, it's a service offering that's enhanced and updated on a quarterly schedule. We've already spoken to you about the February and the May release. Today we've gathered together to talk to you about the August release that's coming up. As pointed out, we'll be talking generally as we go about these releases. Where do you see enhancements? It's generally in the area of some industry-specific functionality, some of the core sales and service functionalities, any changes in user experience. Romit will be speaking to you about some of the enhancements we've done, leveraging a responsive design user interaction paradigm powered by our Fiori framework, and how we are leveraging some of that thinking to enhance the user experience that we want to offer our end users of Cloud for Customer. Any changes to integration, be it integrating with core SAP solutions like ERP, CRM, or integrating with other cloud solutions, both from SAP and non-SAP sources, and any key user enhancements to make the lives of our end audience that's listening to us today easier and be able to serve your end users of the Cloud for Customer service offering much better. Quick sense of the planned timeline. We are at 25th June today. A little earlier, last week or week before that, you would have gotten an upgrade email notification saying how the upgrade dates look like for the test tenant upgrade and production tenant upgrades. As of today, it's planned to release the service offering to the market on 24th July. Around that time is when we hope to upgrade all of the test tenants that our customers are working with, and 8th August is the planned date for the upgrade of production tenants. Please keep that in mind. This information is also available on the SCN post where some of you hopefully got information about this particular conference call as well. With that, I'd like to turn over the call to Romit.
Welcome everyone to this preview update for the 1508 release. I'll walk you through the upcoming release highlights in the Cloud for Sales, some of our platform topics, and also mobile and responsive UI. So first on is the account, contact, and individual customer area. The first topic up here is the change history that has now been introduced in the accounts, contact, and individual customer. This essentially has been an ask from customers for maintaining audit trail information to review who changed which field when and from what value to what value. All of that can be queried from this screen and brought up. Next on is the contact search enhancements based on relationships. As we proceed to enhance the relationship concept around contacts, these new query parameters allow customers to query contact and contact relationships more flexibly. You're now able to pull up contacts that are related to you as a logged in user. You're also able to pull up contacts by a specific relationship role, or you can also pick up contacts that are related to a particular individual. We're also introducing customer-defined document types for attachments, and what you're looking at is the fine-tuning setting for the definition of the customer-defined document types for attachments. In regards to marketing attributes, in addition to the character format of marketing attributes, we are also now introducing the currency format, the date format, numeric format, and also the time format. We've also now introduced the ability to filter accounts, contacts, and individuals using the marketing attributes filters. So the maintain conditions link that you see under the advanced search for accounts, for example, brings up a pop-up where you can define which marketing attributes you'd like to search by. You're also able to proceed to create target groups using marketing attributes. The account summary has been enhanced with now the marketing attributes to be printed on the account summary. You can, it's already available on the templates for the fact sheet or the summary document on the accounts. A new concept introduced in the 1508 release is the workforce relationship. What we can now achieve using the workforce relationship is an M is to N type of hierarchy between employees. So the goal is to go beyond a normal reporting relationship and to allow other types of relationships such as dotted lines and matrix organization modeling. What this allows you to do is then, under the relationship tab in the account details screen, define who are the other individuals that this employee has relationships to. Once defined, the My Workforce filter has been introduced on the accounts as well as in transactional objects such as leads and opportunities in order to be able to pull up accounts, leads, and opportunities for My Workforce. This goes beyond the already existing My Team concept. The My Workforce Relative Select has also been added to reporting. So in addition to pulling up reports, roll-up reports for My Team, managers who are not directly managing from an HR point of view individuals, but are managing from a matrix organization point of view, can use the My Workforce Relative Select to pull up the aggregate values. In addition, a new restriction rule has been introduced for My Workforce. So while defining an access restriction, for example, for accounts, you're able to add the restriction rule to reflect My Workforce and therefore control visibility in that manner. Moving on to the area of opportunity management. One of the key areas that we're introducing with opportunity management is the buying center functionality, which allows great flexibility to customers to manage relationships between contacts at their customer site. So in order to make inroads into deals on the customer location, it's important to understand how your contacts interact with each other. Who influences your key decision makers? Who are the approvers on the deal? Who are the supporters of the deal? And who you need to be guarded against? So the buying center allows you to provide this kind of information to your sales reps. Upon definition of this content and relationship map in the accounts, it can be consumed in opportunities created against that account. In addition to defining contact-to-contact relationships or contact hierarchies, you're also able to define relationships to employees. So employees within your company who know contacts at the customer side can now be modeled in the system using the buying center. We realize that customers interact with large accounts, and therefore these large accounts could have several thousands of contacts at a certain point in time. So we are also introducing several filters by roles and by relationships so that the user can hone in on the exact information he or she is looking to retrieve from the system. What you're looking at now is the maintenance view for the buying center. Within this, you're able to define relationships between contacts and relationships between employees and contacts. In addition to defining the relationship itself, you can go beyond and define attributes about that relationship. Attributes such as whether or not the relationship is a positive one, what the strength of influence one individual has on another, the interaction frequency, and also notes about the relationship. Please note that this is fully extensible and you'll be able to add your own relationship attributes per relationship type. In our August release, we're also introducing integration with the primary note provider today, Evernote. Sales reps will be able to link their Evernote account to Cloud for Customer, and they'll be able to pull up notes from within taken in their Evernote and pin them to opportunities. The system automatically does a keyword match between the opportunity name and the note content and brings up the suggested notes from which the sales rep can choose and pin the appropriate ones to the relevant opportunity. Let's now go into the custom object builder. With 1508, our custom object builder has been enhanced to provide default value selection in lists. We will also allow the auto-generation of numbers for identifier type attributes. We've also introduced the ability to export data to Excel. Moving on to the partner channel management area, we've introduced 3 key reports and 3 key data sources with 1508. The deal conversion rate, the deal registration by product, the deal registration by status are the reports that will be delivered out of the box. And for greater flexibility, customers will also be able to leverage 3 key data sources, namely the deal registration funnel, the deal registration header details, and the deal registration item details to create your own custom reports on. A flow modification has been made for partner onboarding, because typically in a self-registration scenario, a hacker could potentially enter other people's emails, which may either go unnoticed or registration links may be received, and they will be blocked in the back end when they really try to register thereafter. So a flow modification has been introduced wherein self-registration will start only with the IDP registration from a public site without any persistency. The user gets the IDP verification mail, and once he completes the IDP registration, the user is then directed to a restricted site where he or she gets the partner registration form and then registers. The next topic we'll cover today is sales quotes. With the 1508 release, we are introducing the ability to cross-sell products via the recommended products list. The products list functionality that exists already in Cloud for Customer is being leveraged in order to configure this. No additional business configuration is needed. We're also introducing the ability of upselling or downselling, and this appears as a new action icon on the products table under the products tab of the sales quote. A bill of material functionality has been introduced for quotes that are integrating with an external pricing source, such as SAP ERP or SAP CRM. With the request external pricing call, if a bomb explosion thus results in the target system, Cloud for Customer will be able to now display the exploded bomb with the pricing and quantity being editable on the header item level. An enhanced external pricing has also been introduced, wherein customers can now view and edit external price elements directly on the header or in the products table of sales quotes or sales orders. And the system also allows you to completely hide the product pricing and the total pricing view and focus on the main price elements. You're looking at the configuration screen, the fine-tuning screen required for the external and the enhanced external pricing that has been introduced. With 1508, you'll also be able to add products in to the sales quote from past orders that have been taken. We also will start allowing the blocking of external follow-up document creation for prospects. This can be done using a scoping element, the path of which has been defined on the slide. You're also going to be able to block sales quotes based on account blocks. So master data blocks are now being honored for sales quote creation. The system will provide error messages and not allow the user to proceed with the creation if the master data so prescribes. In order to set up approval conditions, the country of the account has now been introduced. So an approval step can be set up based on the account country. As part of the sales quote form enhancements, the sales quote demo template output form has been enhanced to now introduce the customer part number into the form if required. Let's go into the area of product lists. As mentioned before, the upselling and cross-selling and downselling feature has now been introduced, and product lists are leveraged for the same. You're able to define for each proposed product set up in the product list, whether it's of upsell, cross-sell, or downsell type. We are also introducing the Changes tab on the product list, which brings in the change history to define when the product list was changed and by whom. We're also now supporting the mass change of product lists using our mass data maintenance work center, wherein templates have been provided for customers to mass update product lists. Let's go into the area of products. Product usage, which was added in 1505, is now part of product integration with SAP ERP and SAP CRM. It's included in the material migration template. Let's now move into the activities area. On the home page, visit filters have been introduced in order to enhance productivity. It is also now possible to introduce activities into activity plans, which are one-off activities, as opposed to the always activities, which would be determined at all times. So customers can now choose whether to set the survey and task as a one-off or as an always function. Visits can now be created as a follow-up item from an appointment. Fields that are available on the activity data set are now also introduced onto the Account Activities tab. It is now also possible to create follow-up items from emails. Let's go into the area of visits now. In the visit summary, it is also now possible to introduce a section for follow-up items that have been created from this visit. It is also possible now to enable visits in territory realignment runs. Let's go into the area of routes and route planning. It is now possible to provide a calendar visualization of routes. This essentially allows for elimination of any conflict situations between routes and other activities that might already be set up on the user's calendar. We are also introducing the ability to pull up driving directions on route map view. An error indicator and message enhancements have been made in order to be able to view new column messages to indicate the line items that have errors. We have also now introduced the ability to search for accounts to add to a route utilizing account level extension fields. With 1508, we're also adding the ability to display the route owner's existing visits and appointments in the current proposed visit list for available days. Two additional queries have now been introduced in order to pull up pending visits and overdue visits. Let's now move into the area of surveys. Question level survey attachments are now possible. So at every question level, it is possible to introduce attachments. And at runtime, these attachments would be visible against each question they've been set up for. Survey attachments can also be referenced now from master data, which essentially is typically very useful in planogram type checks. It is also going to be possible to add products to surveys during runtime. So in the matrix view of surveys, it is now possible to dynamically introduce products. It is possible with 1508 to set up predefined survey responses, and these responses would show up at runtime when the survey renders itself. It is possible to now mass set answers to multiple questions in a matrix view survey. So for example, if you want to answer yes for multiple questions together, that will now be possible from the August release onwards. We've now introduced a dynamic behavior of matrix view surveys, wherein based on a certain response to a question, the next question to be answered will then be presented. A short description has been introduced for survey questions, in addition to the question text itself. This short description is also now available on data sources, so any reporting done on surveys can leverage this field as well. Let's go into the sales orders area. A key functionality introduced with 1508 is the order approval. You can now answer a scoping question in order to set up order approvals and define your own approval workflow around sales orders. We've also introduced the finish action. An average quantity proposal scoping question has also been introduced. Once enabled, the average quantity is proposed for the order quantity under the three situations mentioned here. The fine-tuning for the average quantity proposal is now displayed. Much like the sales quote, the sales order also now benefits from the enhanced external pricing, wherein you can now view and edit external price elements directly on the header or in the product table of sales orders. And you can also completely hide the product pricing or the total pricing view and focus on the main price elements. The fine-tuning for the external pricing has already been discussed under the sales quote area. It is similar for the sales orders as well. It is also possible to set up an order block and reason. Much like sales quotes, it is also possible to block sales orders based on an account block. A few additional enhancements in the area of sales orders. There have been a few editing roundoffs that have been introduced in the areas of parties involved, Incoterms location, payment terms, and there's also been an introduction of the support of product substitution, support for customer part number, and the introduction of account in the order summary. The bill of material function, much like in sales quote, is also available for any sales order which is leveraging the external pricing. It is also now going to be possible for customers to email out an order, which would be a new option that would show up under the Output Details tab. It is also going to be possible to perform a signature capture straight away on the sales order. Let's now get into the area of promotions calendar. With 1508, we are now introducing the promotional calendar, which would be available in the list view. There's a different view of the promotion calendar that is available by month, quarter, or a selected date range. Actual, planned, and buying dates are considered to be shown on the promotional calendar. The dates are represented with different color blocks, wherein orange represents planned, blue represents buying, and green for the actuals. Hovering on each of the bars also brings up the details of the promotion in a quick view format. It is also possible to search for promotions by customers, promotion ID, and also by the products that are being promoted. Let's move into an enhancement that we made in the sales forecasting area. It is now possible to add comments while sending forecasts back for review in the feed section. Moving into analytics, the following functions are now available in the responsive UI. Dashboard Work Center under Analysis, a quick drill down, the show legend, and the table and chart selection is also available. Dashboard broadcasting has also been introduced, wherein you can either broadcast as a link, as an attachment, or both, and you can also send the attachment out as a zip file. A sorting has been introduced on the country listing for easy access to the country you're looking for. A usability enhancement has now been introduced in the report filters, wherein you're now going to be able to pull up and copy multiple values from either an Excel or a notepad and plug them into a field, a filter field, such as the one shown in your screen right now. It is also going to be possible to turn off SAP pre-delivered dashboards. Let's now go into the area of mobile and mobile offline. So we've introduced significant usability improvements with a whole new responsive UI, which is available across the browser as well as hybrid container-based apps on Apple and Android devices. So these usability improvements essentially span across new data set visualizations like card views and map views, table, multi-selection capabilities. There are several performance improvements that come with this, and also the ability to favorite, flag, follow, and tag. A Windows 8.1 tablet and desktop application is also being introduced. Offline configuration is provided under the Operations Work Center view. You can now set up rules for offline settings and assign either to a specific business role or leave them blank, in which case they would apply to all roles. Multiple rules for a particular work center and business role combination can also be set up. In such a case, the data downloaded will be a union of the results of all these rules set up for that combination. It is possible also to create a custom query in a work center and then use it as an offline data download rule. For security purposes, we have introduced the capability to set a PIN for the SAP Cloud for Customer application for offline usage. After setting the PIN and logging in, you can check which objects you can synchronize offline. The first time you synchronize all the data that is relevant for you, the data is downloaded based on the rules set up and sent to the client. You can continue working on the application while the synchronization runs in the background. Once the synchronization is completed, the app is now capable of launching without network connectivity. You're able to display, edit, create objects while offline. And once you have connectivity again, you're able to sync your data back. Page layouts that are set up are also honored in both online and offline modes. A quick note about the mobile offline capabilities. You will notice that all objects are display ready in offline. However, the edit and create capabilities are being incrementally introduced, one release after another. What you're looking at right now is the list of objects that are offline enabled for edit and create in the 1508 release. Let's go into a few cross and miscellaneous topics. A new access control using employee sales data has been introduced. Custom-defined document types, as I mentioned, have already been introduced. There's now a new feed following overview for an employee provided for sales quotes, sales orders, and product lists as well. The user migration and employee migration templates have been enhanced. Language adaptation has also been enhanced to now include C4C feeds, favorites, and live activities. And that concludes my part. I will now hand over to Gert Tacker to go over the Cloud for Service details.
Thank you, Romit. So I will start sharing. Just hold on.
I can see your screen, Hart.
Perfect. Thank you. So next one up is the enhancements we have done in Cloud for Service. So I don't need to go through the disclaimer again. So just to introduce a little bit Cloud for Service and the topics we will see and the enhancements. I assume most of you have seen this before, but there are two big areas in Cloud for Service in our solution. First one is customer service, and the second area is field service. And in the presentation that will follow, I will highlight the enhancements for both these areas, customer service and field service. So if you look at customer service, we've just tried on one slide to put all the main capabilities of Cloud for Service in the area of customer service. So as you can see, the main object is the ticket, where we support multiple channels, and then we have lots of supporting functionalities like the response feeder, solution finder, and so on. I'm not going to read all of those that support the functionality inside the ticket. What is more important is that the enhancements, of course, that we have done in 1508, where we have done more enhancements in the area of the multiple channels, mainly in SMS and social. Main enhancements in tickets, some enhancements in the solution finder, and then at the bottom, as you can see, workflow, notifications, routing and escalation, and also integration with ECC and industry. So let's have a closer look. So first of all, in the area of the solution finder or the knowledge database integration, as you know, within the tickets, we have an open integration option to knowledge databases or knowledge solutions, where we deliver already since many releases an out-of-the-box integration with MindTouch as a partner solution. What we have enabled now in 1508 is an alternative to use SAP Jam as a knowledge-based source. And so it's the same configuration as before for MindTouch or any other solution, but you can also now set up Jam for your knowledge articles and your knowledge content, and then directly embed it within the ticket and allow agents to search for relevant knowledge articles and share those knowledge articles through any channel with customers. In the area of social engagement, next to what we already support and how we can engage through Facebook and Twitter, we have now also enabled the possibility to listen and respond to YouTube channels directly from within the ticket. So information posted on YouTube on a specific channel can be captured in a ticket, and an agent can go through the interaction and directly respond back to YouTube from within the same ticket. works exactly the same as how we handle it with Facebook and Twitter. So from a user point of view, the process is very similar. In the area of case management, we already started building case management in 1505, but we continue to enhance this now. What case management means a little bit more in detail is the ability to link tickets together into a hierarchy of a main or master ticket and one or multiple sub-tickets. So this feature was already available in 1505, but now we have enhanced the ability to visualize main and sub-tickets in a hierarchical list. As you can see on the screenshot, directly in the ticket queue, you can see the main tickets and you can drill down and see all the related sub-tickets for that main ticket. Same thing directly from the queue, you can take one or you can take multiple tickets and then group them together into a main ticket. So you can do basically a mass selection of tickets and then say group and assign them all to one main ticket. And then finally we're starting to introduce bulk actions on sub-tickets. For example, if you can, for all sub-tickets or for a selection of sub-tickets in a main ticket, you can select them and then for all those selected tickets, set the status to completed or set the status to in process. Instead of having to go through each ticket and sub-ticket individually, you can now do this with a bulk action. In the area of workflow, and this is generic across Cloud for Customer, but of course very important for the service area, it's now possible to send out SMS notifications. So we already support since many releases the ability to send out email notifications automatically through rules based on ticket data and based on ticket attributes. Now it's possible as well to send out SMS notifications. For example, if a status of a ticket is set to complete, you could directly send out a notification through SMS to your customer to inform them that their ticket has been completed successfully. Same thing on business object actions. So it's possible now to escalate or reroute tickets on a time-based manner. So you could, for example, say reroute the ticket 2 days after it has been set in a certain status. So before, it was possible to trigger these actions based on changes or based on changes to certain attributes of the ticket, but now you can also schedule those actions based on time, hours, days, and so on. Important new enhancement in 1508 is the introduction of complaint handling within a ticket. So it's now possible for service agents to search for SAP ECC sales orders for customers. They can, as you can see on the screenshot, they can search for sales orders by ID, by customer ID, and so on. They can get a list of sales order headers, and then for each of these sales orders can also see all the sales order line items. Then from the sales order line item list, they can select one or multiple line items and then trigger the creation of a new ticket, which would be then a complaint ticket, and then all the line items of the ECC sales order are copied into the sales order, into the ticket as line items of the ticket. So this is a feature that we have now introduced in 1508 as the first release, and we continue to enhance this in follow-on releases in the area of follow-up processes in the ERP, like creating credit memos and returns and so on. Coming to field service, again, an overview slide with the main capabilities in the field service area in Cloud for Service. I'm not going to read through all, but just want to highlight the enhancements. So we have done enhancements in the area of install base management and registered products. We've introduced measurements and measurement readings, enhancements in the area of contract management, and we have also introduced now the ability to create maintenance plans in Cloud for Service. We've introduced an embedded resource scheduler application that allows you to assign technicians to work tickets. There are some enhancements in the area of parts handling, in pricing and coverage, in product lists are introduced in the ticket now. Some enhancements in the area of time entry and time reporting, workflow, and then as well the integration with ECC that already exists. There's a small enhancement in the creation of billing requests. So a little bit more detail on each. So in the area of install base management, registered products, this is of course something that already existed before, but we continue to enhance this. So in the area of replication from ECC, that was already supported in 1505, but we continue to bring over more data, more fields out of the ECC system and equipment into the Cloud for Customer registered product. We have some additional out-of-the-box queries in the area of install base management, and some further enhancements around moving equipment and install bases between accounts. As I mentioned, a big new addition is the introduction of measurements and measurement readings. So you can assign in a registered product, so there's now a new facet called measurements. You can assign one or multiple measurement logs to a registered product, so like operating hours. It could be defined as a counter or other measurements, temperature, oil pressure, and so on. And then for each of these measurements, you can take one or multiple readings throughout the life cycle of the registered product or equipment. And yeah, this can be done directly within the registered product UI, both in the traditional HTML5 UI as well as on the responsive UI, as you can see on the screenshot. Very important enhancement in the area of service contract management. Service contract management was already introduced a few releases ago, but we now introduced entitlements in service contracts or line items. And then for each of these entitlements or line items, you can define the entitled services and parts. There is pricing for contract line items, and you can define the level of the line item, the coverage of the line item, so that later on when a certain contract is determined within a ticket, the coverage defined within the contract will be applied on the ticket and will influence the pricing and later on the billing of that ticket. As I mentioned here, so coverage was already introduced in 1505 as part of the warranty. So there was warranty determination in the ticket, and then based on the warranty, you had the coverage determination. This has now been extended to determining coverage from a contract. And then, as I mentioned, once the coverage is determined in the ticket, it has an influence on pricing. And then later on in the integration with SAP ECC, you can use that coverage to rightfully or to allocate your revenues and costs of your service to specific accounts. Maintenance plans, right? So in 1508 is the first release where we introduced maintenance plans. You can define maintenance plans both time and counter-based. You can assign one or multiple maintenance plans to a registered product. So maintenance plans can basically overlap each other. And you can also optionally assign those maintenance plans to a contract if they are part of a contract. Within the maintenance plan, you can define a ticket template where all the information that you define in the templates will be taken into the final tickets when they're generated, like a description and other fields, including as well a product list. So we already heard some of the enhancements in product list area of sales, but the same thing is true for service. So once you've introduced a product list in the maintenance plan, then the tickets generated based on the maintenance plan will all include the products from that product list. Another very important one in 1508 is the resource scheduler. As you can see on the screenshots, there are basically two parts to the resource scheduler. So at the top, you can see all the demands, so all the unscheduled work tickets. And at the bottom, you have a Gantt chart where you can manually, using drag and drop, assign new work tickets or unscheduled work tickets to available resources. In the Gantt chart, you have different color coding where for each of the assignments you can see whether they're still open, overdue, or already closed. These assignments of tickets to resources will immediately appear in the technician's calendar as well as on their mobile application where they have full access to all the information. Mobile. This was already mentioned by Romit before. We, throughout several releases, introducing more and more functionality on the mobile applications across the multiple platforms, both online and offline. So same is true for service. We continue in 1508 to bring more functionality available offline. Specifically for service, that means that the ticket functionality is available in display, edit and create mode, and for the next releases we are doing the same for other objects like registered products and so on. Coming to product lists or spare parts handling. So as you can see from the screenshots, a very interesting and user-friendly way of adding products or consuming products by a technician in a ticket is now directly adding products from a product list. So instead of adding parts or products one by one, you can open up this add from list. You get the full product list that has been determined, and directly in the pop-up you can assign quantities to multiple products, select multiple products, and then they're immediately all included in the ticket. So it's much faster to consume or plan parts in a ticket now using product list. Small enhancements or a few enhancements in the area of time entries and time reports. So that time entries and time reports was already introduced in 1505. What we have included now in 1508 is the ability to set up a workflow for approval, as well as out-of-the-box reporting content for the data maintained within time entries and time reports. Good. To summarize, I see we're almost at the top of the hour as well. So to summarize, in the two areas of Cloud for Service, the main enhancements are listed here again. I won't read them again. But you see that there are some key enhancements were added both in the customer service as well as the field service area. So with this, I hand it back to Pushkar.
Thank you, Hert. All right, folks, I'll quickly walk the audience through what we have in terms of integration enhancements as of the August, or will have integration enhancements as of the August release. So first thing that I want to cover is some of the enhancements in our cloud-to-cloud integration, specifically in terms of OData services. You'll find that the error messages have been refined a little and provide much more qualitative information in terms of what's happening in case you run into an error. One of the best practice standards that's been offered up is that there'll be a standard address field selection, which is a best practice. And now you have also the ability to call third-party OData services. And there's been some internal performance optimization for incoming calls so as to allow you better visibility into what's going on. In terms of the ability for a data workbench, you have the ability to do data imports via OData services. In terms of collaboration, the responsive design that we've been speaking about has been further enhanced for other UIs, be it the native feed or the JAM feed responsive UI, responsive design UI. In terms of the app performance management, you can do A2X and OData calls from the outside, and there are system availability pop-ups and notifications, including within the responsive design across the devices, to give you better information about what's going on in terms of some of the calls that you'll be making. There's further SAP Cloud ID Service integration that's available as part of the cloud-to-cloud integration. In terms of core solutions and integration primarily with ERP, there's now the ability to get equipments and function locations, specifically measurement points and measurement documents related to those from backend systems. You have the ability for service contract replication from C4C to ERP or CRM, depending on which offering you have at the back. There's the ability to replicate the price conditions for offline pricing, and the ability to explode your BOM in external pricing calls. I think Romit also covered that as part of Cloud for Sales. Moving on to industry-specific capabilities and enhancements that you'll see. The first industry that I want to cover is retail. Now, the business scenario that we are covering in retail is the ability of the solution in terms of clienteling to empower in-store associates with a unique customer engagement solution, allowing them to deeply engage with and enhance the in-store experience for customers. Now, we've been speaking to you about the retail industry solution for some time. As of August 2015, what we are planning on releasing is the ability to create and maintain customer wish lists integrated with other channels, either e-commerce or standalone. And store associates can also add to wish list items from the product catalog or overviews. The retail check-in now includes a customer check-in. It allows for the store associate to check a customer into a store and provides retailers with the ability to track foot traffic in the stores and related metrics in terms of sales, productivity, and other aspects. You can see transactions in terms of order place, shopping carts, appointments, and tasks also associated against the check-in. The feature also provides a customer perspective in terms of the product overview and the shopping cart thing inspector. There'll be customer-specific insights on these pages, like any favorite colors or brands based on information captured via customer preferences. There's the ability for multiple fulfillment options at the time of cart checkout. You can provide the customers with the opportunity to shop via an endless aisle, in which the philosophy is of an endless aisle, in which the shelf space is extended to brands' full catalog of products, and there are multiple fulfillment types that have been enabled. You can buy in store, you can pick up in store, and you can ship to an address, and all of these methodologies are supported. Associates are also able to convert carts into orders for their customers using different fulfillment options available as outlined: buy in store, pick in store, ship to address. And there's default integration into IS Retail is available for successive fulfillment. All of these will be available via some extra fine-tuning options in terms of shipping options and schemas that key users can leverage to enable in the retail clienteling service offering from SAP. Here are some of the screens that we were talking about in terms of the ability to maintain wish lists. Here's some information coming in terms of, again, the ability to add catalog views and overviews for the checked-in customer in terms of the wish list. Then here's information in terms of checking in customers. Here's the product overview, shopping cart. You can see some of the preference information is also displayed on screen. And here's the concept of the endless aisle that I was talking about. This is what it will look like on the end user screen. Here are some of the fine-tuning options that you'll see in the service offering to be able to turn on the functionality that's been discussed. Moving on to the utilities industry. In terms of the scenario that we are trying to offer to our customers is a utilities customer calling into the call center and talking to an associate to be able to resolve any and every problem that they might be facing in terms of their particular utilities consumption. Now, the enhancements for the August release include an enhanced customer overview screen to include more information such as service orders and payments. Remember, the service offering tries to make the lives of a CSR easier in being able to engage their customers better. So the CSR, the customer service rep, will have enhanced financial overview to be able to provide detailed information for financial transactions to the customer that he or she is talking to. And details that will be available are open amounts, payments received for specific invoice, any reversal indicators, etc. The CSR also has the ability to cancel and rebill, including correcting meter readings for the customer's bill period. The CSR will be able to create, edit, and cancel service orders. The CSR will be able to perform transfer services, including entering meter readings, be it moving in and moving out. The CSR will be able to make changes to the customer's requested moving in and moving out information, including dates. CSR can leverage standard C4C service tickets framework to track any customer calls. Service tickets provide a quick access to create and view customer information as well. So those are some of the things that you will be seeing in terms of the utilities industry-specific service offering from Cloud for Customer. Here are some quick screenshots of what the CSR sees from within the service offering related to a particular customer. Here's the CSR's ability to create a service order. Moving on, there's the next industry that we'd like to cover with you is the chemical industries. And the business process that has been enabled is the ability for an enterprise to send a sample to a customer before the actual transaction of a purchase or any related transactions that happen in the chemical industry. And the ability to integrate this product sample seamlessly in the sales process, and that's what we are trying to achieve with the chemicals industry-based Cloud for Customer service offering. It is an intuitive and easy to use, and it takes just a few seconds to maintain any orders on product samples. It allows you visibility on the sample status. It notifies the sales rep and customers, and you can do some sample analytics such as sample number, total cost, and any campaign effectiveness related measures. So look out for this in case you're looking for a sample management functionality within the chemical industry's service offering. You might have heard about our digital for customer engagement service offering. It's a mini C4C that's available to any interested customers. And some of the enhancements planned for the August 2015 release of digital for customer engagement is the ability, SAP will provide sample data in trial environments, the ability to delete data within the trial environment, and the extension of the responsive design user experience for mobile, as Romit's shown it to you. Similar things available for digital for customer engagement as well. There are some back-end enhancements that we've done to provide even better performance as compared to the past. So hopefully that will help you become even happier with the digital for customer engagement solution service offering. And there's capabilities to do data imports, and the whole process of data import has been smoothened out by enhancing some of the functionality available with the digital for customer engagement. So hopefully all of that you found pretty exciting. We covered off enhancements in the sales area, the service area, anything related to the industries, and rounded it off by providing you information about the digital for customer engagement service offering that's also available. We want to quickly point you to some of the resources that we have available out there for you to get more information. All of our official documentation is available on the service marketplace, all manner of helpful guides, be it admin guides, user guides, operations guides. Those are great reads in case you want to get to grips with specific details of the Cloud for Customer and the Digital for Customer Engagement service offering. The community network is the space where we encourage anyone and everyone to come together from the customer, partner, developer, and the related ecosystem around Cloud for Customer. And you can publish stuff, you can consume information, you can start discussion threads, ask questions of us, and our product management team and related functions inside SAP around Cloud for Customer is laser tuned in to provide help to the ecosystem via the community. And plus, it will provide a permanent record of any discussions that you had and it'll help other people in better understanding Cloud for Customer, because if you have a question out there, I bet there are 10 or 15 other people who would have the same question as well. The YouTube channel is it's a dedicated Cloud for Customer YouTube channel where you can find a lot of informative videos which will help you further understand how to best leverage the Cloud for Customer service offering. The help portal similarly has a lot of help information and the help content that's created by our knowledge management team, and it's published via the help portal for everyone to come and consume. In case you have any ideas for us that you would like to see as part of the service offering in the future, then there's a dedicated idea management portal, idea management community as I call it, where you can come and articulate ideas to us to further enhance Cloud for Customer to serve your needs better. In case you're looking for any partner services and solution offerings that work together with Cloud for Customer built on the HANA Cloud platform, then please feel free to visit the HANA Marketplace, and I think it's now called SAP Store, if I'm not mistaken, and just search Cloud for Customer. Any and every service offering built by partners and any other vendors out there that works together with Cloud for Customer will be visible to you, and you can buy it, try it, and or contact us in case you need more information to be able to leverage the same along with Cloud for Customer, the service offering. We also offer training and certification. You can go to our training and certification shop and search for Cloud for Customer, and you'll come across the relevant information in terms of the training and certification options available to you to get up and running with Cloud for Customer. Finally, the incident management within Cloud for Customer, also available on the tablet platforms to be able to report any incident that is not allowing you to get the maximum benefit out of your Cloud for Customer investment. So please feel free to report any incidents in case you run into errors. They'll help us help you, and also in turn make the service offering better for future prospects and customers. With that, I'd like to thank you for your time. I know we are well over time, more than 10 minutes now. But thank you for hanging on and listening to us tell you about all the new and exciting things that's coming in the August 2015 release. As I pointed out, in case you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via SCN, and it'll help us provide a permanent record of any and every transaction we have with the ecosystem in terms of providing the right information to maximize their use and investment in the Cloud for Customer service offering. Thank you very much.